Maine artist Robert Shetterly has been accumulating portraits of activists that he's been painting for 2 decades. It's part of a project that he calls Americans Who Tell the Truth.
Maine Director Richard Kane followed Shetterly around the country with his portraits and crafted a documentary that screened for the first time last September. Photojournalist Sebastian Benage brings us a sneak peek into what the documentary, Truth Tellers, is all about.
Exactly 20 years ago, in January of 2022, I painted the first portrait in this series. I painted a portrait of Walt Whitman, and then I painted Frederick Douglass and Sojourner Truth and Mother Jones and Jane Addams and all these 19th century figures. At first, it was basically a therapy project for me, just to feel less alienated from the United States.
And then it became pretty serious in 2018 when the time seemed to be very ripe to make a film about Americans Who Tell the Truth. And it really seemed to me that Rob was emphasizing the deep legacy of racism that this country had been going through. And in order to know who we are, we really needed to dig into these issues of oppression and racism and slavery.
This is not only about equality, it's about existence.
You'll see scenes of me in the studio painting, and then you see me interviewing, various people that I have painted, and then you see them actually in action. It tries to cover the complete story of what they do in the world, the effect they have, why I was drawn to them.
It was really just me trying to change something in my own backyard, right?
The important thing is to get this film out as a tool for teaching kids about the impact that they can have on their own lives by kind of embracing their heroes and figuring out who they want to honor in their lives.
Probably 75% of the people that I've painted, I'd never heard of when I started this project. And I've been trying to include an awful lot of people, local people in communities all over the country who stood up for some issue or some cause and made a difference doing it. The point is to show that, these are not people on pedestals. These are just everyday citizens like every one of us who had the courage to do something and then made a difference.
Beautiful portraits there. Now, Truth Tellers will be screened in theaters all over Maine. A free screening of the documentary will be held at the Railroad Square Cinema in Waterville on the 15th. For a full list of those screenings, you can visit truthtellersfilm.com. We'll be right back.